Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rindone Travel. This week, we're going to talk about none other than Delta Airlines. So, if you're new to this series, I'd recommend watching part 1 first, but if you're not and want to just jump right into the action, I'll explain to you how it works. So I start off with a brief overview of the airline, and then I talk about things like its alliance, its lounges, its hubs, its aircraft, its earning status, its earning value, and then I give a top tier example of how to earn top tier status. So let's talk about it. Delta Airlines, they offer 305 destinations with a total of 982 aircraft in their fleet. Delta offers 6 classes of service. And on their long transcontinental flights and their international flights, they offer a service called Delta One. And they also offer something on their wide-body aircraft called Premium Select, which is premium economy. While on their narrow-body aircraft, they offer things such as First Class, Delta Comfort Plus, Main Cabin, and Basic Economy. Delta's part of the SkyTeam Alliance with over 19 other airlines, and that partnership allows them to have access to over 1,150 airports worldwide. That's a huge range of service. Now, let's talk about hubs. And Delta Airlines, they have 9 of them. Their biggest one is Atlanta, and that's the busiest airport in the United States. Then it's Boston, Los Angeles, Detroit, Minneapolis, St. Paul, then JFK, New York, LaGuardia, New York, Salt Lake City, and lastly, Seattle. One of the things that everyone loves to talk about is lounge access. And does Delta give you that? Let's find out. Delta has 37 of its own branded lounges throughout the US. And I touched on this a little bit in the last video, but there's a few ways you can earn lounge access. That's things such as credit card spending, how you book your flight if you're in first class, are you a top tier member? There's a lot of ways to get into the lounge. Now on to Delta's frequent flyer program, and that's called SkyMiles. They have a pretty similar system to American Airlines with 5-ish tiers of loyalty. It starts off with member, then goes into silver medallion, followed by gold medallion, platinum medallion, and diamond medallion. There's also a 6th secret tier called Delta 360 that's based off airline discretion and is invite only. Now, before we get into the statuses, I want to talk a little about how Delta does it, because they're different than American Airlines. Delta does status based on something called MQDs. So, what's an MQD, you ask? An MQD is a medallion qualification dollar, and they do it based off dollars spent in regard to your flight. Delta has the same earning tiers as American, which means that a member is earning 5 times points per dollar, followed by silver at 7, gold at 8, platinum at 9, and then diamond at 11. Starting off with silver medallion, that offers benefits after 5,000 MQDs, such as free upgrades 24 hours before departure, waived baggage fees, priority benefits at the airport such as boarding, security, check-in, and a clear discount on a membership. They also give you a 40% bonus earning on miles. Next is the gold medallion, and that's reached after 10,000 MQDs in a year, and you get all the previous status, plus you get a few more benefits. You get free upgrades 72 hours before departure, which is way sooner than American Airlines. There's no fees on same-day flight changes, and then you get a 60% earning bonus on miles. After that, it's Platinum Medallion, and that's after 15 MQDs earned in 1 year. And you get everything in the previous tier, plus free upgrades, 124 hours confirmed before departure, and you get an 80% bonus on earning miles. Last is Delta's top tier called Diamond Medallion, and that's earned after 28,000 MQDs in 1 year, and I'm pretty disappointed by it. You get everything mentioned in the previous stuff, and the only thing new is you get a 120% bonus on earning miles. The last one was 100%, so you're only really getting a 20% increase on earning more miles. So just like American Airlines, Delta has the same way you can earn miles. You can earn miles in MQDs, which pretty much are the same thing in this case, from doing things such as spending money on flights, credit card spending, partner airline flights, dining program spend, and shopping portal spend. Delta has the most credit cards out of any airline, and they have 7. That's a pretty absurd number for a co-branded airline card. Now they have 4 personal and 3 business. And unlike American Airlines, Delta has a different spend. With American Airlines, you get 1 loyalty point per dollar spent on your credit card. It's that simple. But with Delta, they give you 1 MQD for every $10 spent, and on some cards, they give you 1 MQD for every $20 spent. It just depends on which card you have. which means to top tier status on Delta could cost $280,000. Now let's get into the example. I'm going to do the same exact thing I did on American Airlines because Delta has the same thing. It's revenue based, and they want to make the most money, and that's how you get your MQDs. So 4 flights a day is exactly what you can do on Delta as well, and that's going to cost $2,443.20 flying first class refundable. And note, I didn't mention this in the past video, but it's only on airfare. This doesn't count towards taxes and fees, so I took out an additional $312 for taxes and fees. Unlike American Airlines, Delta's MQDs work a little bit differently. You earn 1 MQD for every $1 spent. Unlike American Airlines, which gives you a multiplier, Delta doesn't. So 1 MQD is $1 spent. So starting with the example, now in order to reach 5,000 MQDs, it's going to take you 2 days and it's going to cost you approximately $5,000. So same with gold. It's going to take you another 2 days to reach gold, and then it's also going to take you another 2 days to reach platinum, as each of them have 5,000 MQD bumps, so it's going to be the same. So right now you're at $15,000 spent with an additional $13,000 needed. And that would take an approximate 5.3 days, and it would cost you just over $28,000 to do it. The total time to reach platinum is going to be 11.5 days, and it's going to cost you just over $28,000. So in the end, you're going to have about 217,000 Delta miles after all of this travel, which is going to be an approximate value of $2,600, as Delta points aren't worth that much. They're only worth about 1.2 cents a piece, putting them in like the bottom tier of all airline points. Next is going to be that same Trans-Pacific flight, and that flight leaves from LA and it goes to Sydney. An economy class ticket is going to be about $1,150, while a business class is only going to be about $8,500. So you're getting about $6,000 in added value from upgrades, and those upgrades are confirmed 120 hours before, but they're not guaranteed. So you could still book that $1,100 economy ticket, and you're stuck with it, and you're not really getting any benefits or status from flying it, because you're going to be sitting in the back of the plane with everyone else, not sitting in that lie flat seat up front. That's it for Delta. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Is their status worth chasing? And is it worth all the hype, really? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And make sure you reach out to Rindone Travel for all of your travel needs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in episode 3.